Hello, this is At the Show, and I'm your host, Dave Bell. Today I'll be reviewing You Were Never Really Here, written and directed by Lynne Ramsay and starring Joaquin Phoenix. You Were Never Really Here tells the story of Joe, a former FBI agent and combat veteran who is struggling with post-traumatic stress disorder. He now works as a hired gun. Hired hammer might be more appropriate since that is his weapon of choice, finding and rescuing lost and trafficked children. When he accepts a job with a New York state senator to discreetly rescue his abducted daughter, the film becomes a bleak conspiratorial thriller, and Joe's world and his PTSD spin completely out of control. When we first see Joe, he is holding a plastic bag over his head, only removing it when he is nearly out of breath. Over the course of the film, we come to realize this isn't an attempt at suicide, but a security blanket. He has been doing this most of his life as a coping mechanism. As audience members, we are left with as little room to breathe as Joe. It's equal parts Taxi Driver and Hardcore. The maker of both of those films, Paul Schrader, never feels far atmospherically from this film. It is Ramsay, however, that infuses the film with the haunting, terrifying quick flashbacks to Joe's troubled youth, horrific military, and FBI experiences. These small, violent glimpses are the only breadcrumbs we get to piece together Joe's mental state. Through these flashbacks, we feel his mental anguish and feel as lost as he is. By the time you leave the theater, you'll question what was real and what wasn't. It has been 7 years since Scottish director Lynne Ramsay's last film, We Need to Talk About Kevin, and only her fourth overall in 19 years. She is the very definition of quality over quantity. You could say that same equation works for her dialogue as well. She makes films that demand your full engagement, then nightmarishly crawl around in your brain. Joaquin Phoenix turns in a career-best performance as well. Last seen in 2015's Irrational Man, he casts Joe in a palette of dark hues and feels just this side of being so far gone that he could disappear into the shadows. There's not a moment he is on the screen where you can look away, even though you might desire to do so. Last but certainly not least is the score by Jonny Greenwood. It pulses with the heartbeat of insanity. It is fractured and frightening as the image is on the screen. This is a film of small gestures and buried horrors that construct a tapestry of emotions, insanity, and indictment of power that will hit like a gut punch. It is an intense, terse 90 minutes. It is certainly not for everyone, but for those that love abstract, abrasive storytelling, it will leave you dazed. That's how I see it. See you next showtime. If you like the video, don't forget to hit the like below. And if you want to see more, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell. You'll know every time we have a new episode. And again, thanks for watching At the Show.